Sega frankly has dropped the ball and has just completely forgotten about the Chao Garden. It's been over 20 years since they released an actual, brand new full Chao Garden. And thankfully something is being done to remedy that. Poglings is a game being released by Chadtronic, or at least he's got a very big role in the development and promotion of it. I think there's other parties involved too. But it's a game that's being created sometime in the near future, it's already in development, that is kind of designed to be a modern Chao Garden kind of clone, or maybe not, that's not the best way to describe it, but it's basically a new game that's heavily inspired by the Chao Garden. So here, we're going to be taking a look at the trailer. I'm going to be breaking it down and kind of looking at some of the similarities to the Chao Garden and things that are different, and kind of just giving my thoughts and all of that. So here, let's take a look. Alright, I'm going to stop the trailer here. There's already so much to talk about, and it's not even been that long. So you can see Poglings are not mammals, they hatch in eggs just like Chao. And if you look at the stats screen here, it almost looks exactly the same as the Chao Garden version. You see we got stamina, strength, sprinting, soaring, and swimming. It's pretty much all the exact same stats from the Chao Garden, just some of them got slightly different names. Stamina is the same, strength is it's power in the Chao Garden, but it's pretty much the same thing. Sprinting, it's running in the Chao Garden, soaring is flying. And swimming, that's just swim, that's still the same. So all that appears to be just ripped directly from the Chao Garden. I'm assuming it goes to level 99 too as well, because you can see the level little text there, it only has 00, it doesn't have 3 digits. So I'm assuming it goes to level 99, just like the Chao Garden. You can see that it actually has 5 digits for the value there, where it would normally peak at, I think, 9,999 is the highest you can get normally in the Chao Garden. But this version seems like you can actually get a little bit higher even. It's also important to mention at the very top of the screen here, we can see it says day 1 and then the time is 10:10. I'm assuming in the morning. It looks like it's in the morning. I'm pretty sure it's a 24-hour clock, or maybe it's not, I don't know. But it looks like there's a proper day and night cycle, and it actually keeps track of what day you're on, so I'm kind of curious to see how that incorporates into the gameplay. And then one other very important thing, right next to that, you can see it shows 1 out of 5. I'm assuming that's 1 out of 5 total Poglings that you can have on you. If it's true that you can only have 5 at a time, that is pretty disappointing. I'm assuming you can probably have a lot more than that, though. Maybe that's just 5 on your inventory at a time or something. I'm not too sure. We haven't really gotten any details on that yet. And the last thing I want to mention here before we continue on with the trailer, sorry, there's already, like I said, there's so much early on here to talk about. We saw that there was tools in the inventory, or the bag, I guess, that the main character is carrying around. So it's kind of cool. It seems like you can get different trinkets by going around to beaches and digging around, or using your lantern. So it seems like exploration and kind of exploring the island and using your tools is a pretty big part of this game. Which is something that's just not in the original Chao Garden, so it's kind of a cool new element. But here, let's continue watching the trailer. Alright, I gotta stop it here. Honestly, it was kind of terrifying seeing this Pogling just devour that butterfly. Chao in Sonic Adventure, they don't actually eat the animals as far as we can see, they just kind of absorb their power. I don't know if Sega intended for them to be eating the animals, because the animals just kind of disappear afterwards, so I don't know. But Pogling's just full on, you see them eat the animal, which is pretty crazy. Before that though, we did get to see them looking real cute in the backpack as the main character's walking around though, so even though they're kind of scary and eat animals, still pretty cute though, I guess. So after the Pogling devoured that poor butterfly, we saw that they actually evolved, or at least what I think was evolving. We got to see them enter this cool rainbow ball cocoon thing, very similar to what they enter in Sonic Adventure 2, and then bam, it came out looking a little bit different, had some extra body parts, and then it showed us a whole bunch of different evolutions, or what I think are potentially different evolutions. If you look at each of their stomachs, you can see there's actually, it appears to be only 3 different symbols. I see like a moon, a sun, and then kind of a circular swirl. So I'm assuming that's this game's like hero, dark, and neutral. Instead of, those, there's like moon, sun, and then whatever the normal one is, that swirl, so it's kind of interesting. And then also in that last little clip, we got to see an area where there's clearly more than 5 Poglings around each other, so I'm assuming that 1 out of 5 earlier was probably just like a temporary inventory for like exploring or something like that. Just gonna stop again real quick. First of all, ouch, he just barefoot kicked that chest to open it. That's gotta be some broken toes there, this poor kid. Second, I think it's really cool that you can fish to collect animals, so I'm really just curious to see how the stat raising works in this game. It seems like it's a combination of collecting animals just from your exploration and then also potentially raising them through trinkets. We see that he finds this fancy thing in this chest, but we got no idea what this does. Like, is this an accessory for the Poglings? Does it raise their stats? Does it make them evolve? We just don't know yet. Hopefully we'll find out that information soon though. And one other thing I wanted to mention in this last little clip is it looks like you can actually find Pogling eggs just out and about on your island. We saw earlier there was this question mark Pogling in the area that was waiting to be hatched. And then this guy here finds one in the cave just chilling on its own. So I'm assuming you can just find them lying around, so that's kind of interesting too. Alright, so that was the full trailer. I didn't really have too much to say on the racing part at the end. Really, it looks like it's just pretty much the exact same as the Chao Garden races, just a different layout, and obviously 20 years of thought and ideas that make it look actually a lot cooler than the Chao Garden ones. But the overall layout and kind of concept of it seems to be about exactly the same, which is pretty cool. Oh, and then there was also the shop. I probably should talk about that. It shows that we can buy and sell items just like the Black Market and Sonic Adventure. I'm assuming maybe this is what the trinkets are for. Maybe they got nothing to do with the Poglings and it's simply just a way to get money to buy more or buy food or something. I don't know. So be very interesting to find out what the trinkets do, I guess, when this game eventually releases. Overall, though, I've got pretty high hopes for Poglings. I think it looks pretty fun. I really hope that there's a good amount of depth to this game. We haven't really seen too many different types of Poglings and haven't really gotten too much information about how they evolve or kind of how they grow, I guess. But the one thing that I think really keeps the Chao Garden really exciting, well, I guess there's a bunch of things, but the one thing that's made it, I think, stand out to the community over the last 20 years and have had people coming back to it is just the replayability and the amount of depth there is to it. Just the variety of Chao types you can get. You know, there's easily over 1,000 different possible types of Chao you can get, you know, different colors, accessories. Well, actually, probably even more than 1,000 if you bring in accessories and stuff. But there's just so many different possibilities, and I really hope Poglings kind of takes that into account with their game and also has that same amount of variety. It's really hard to say whether it has that at this point or not, though, because we only saw like 10 different Poglings maybe, so it's really hard for me to say actually how many there would be. With all of that said, if this game's even a quarter as good as Sonic Adventure 2's Chao Garden, I'm 100% going to check it out and be streaming and playing it, so stay tuned for that. That'll probably be coming in the future, but I'm excited for this one, as I said before. I think it should be a pretty good game, and hopefully you guys are excited for it too. It'd be really exciting to have a kind of sequel to the Chao Garden. Really looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you to everyone who clicked the like button. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.